So as we get ready then to go into the next best of 5, both teams are in the arena. Across the top will be SK, that's Zom, O'Reilly, and another. And along the bottom, Care Koala, Paper Cat, and Inflame from Nihilum. And one thing I noticed, especially in the last game, was how much sword and board Paper Cat was using. I mean, as I said, they just really prolonged the game and just concentrated more on surviving than they did killing, and eventually wore down the mana of O'Reilly, the healer from SK, and picked up the win. So, but this map might give a slight advantage back to the team of SK, as it could be very possible to find and get all members on that Druid. And that's what they've been, that's what they did to Fnatic, I'm pretty sure.
They are playing Alliance, so they do have the perception from the human rogue, which he'll probably hit about halfway through the arena to try to find that Druid. The Druid right now is in the center of the arena, something that Zom probably doesn't expect, which is why he's not up there. But okay, we see a sap on Inflame, which even with the paranoia did not see Zom. Who actually, I do believe he has Vanish, and he pre-vanished, so he could, and the perception is finally hit. Zom gets on top of Care Koala, and with a kidney shot, Trinket's a kidney shot.
Yeah, so Zom then going to work on Care Koala. He's got Bark Skin up to take less damage. Zom very, that's not a feral charge, he's, well, off his target at the moment. But Care Koala is going to be in trouble. We actually saw a Mind Blast, Shadow of Death combo, and he's very, very low at the moment, having to run around the pillar, hotting himself up. There comes a big heal, though, for 6K, and he puts himself up to half health, but seriously, he needs to escape, and he does so somewhat. Let's see if I can follow Care Koala. He is the target. He was under a lot of pressure, but slightly relieved now. And, well, you know, that was close call, VL.
Yeah, it was. He had to use the trinket to get out of the kidney. Oh, Zom actually down to 5,000 hit points, has the Mortal Strike debuff on him, meaning heals are only going to be half. Paper Cat gets sheeped and is able to get out of it by a great devour.
And Care Koala getting some drinks in there. And Zom is the target now as he goes very low. He's going to get pain suppression to mitigate some of that damage. And he decides to change back. Looks like it was actually going for Inflame there to stop some of the damage. And Zom at the moment is cycloned, so he can't be healed. Finally out of it. But a lot of damage. And a Mortal Strike on the back of Zom as well. So and he's very, very low. Goes down to 2,000 HP. So much pressure. Zom really needs to get away from the Warrior. In comes Moonfires as well. And they're not trying to exchange kills whatsoever. They really, really need to survive. And eventually he does get away. But it hasn't really left his team in a good position.
Flame's down to half health and in kidney shot right now. Gets out of the kidney shot with a trinket. So a lot of these players have used their trinkets. Some of the early ones are refreshing, but Inflamed is counterspell silenced.
And actually, Care Koala low on mana, so Inflame's going to be in a lot of trouble. He gets a big heal, though, for 4.5k. Maybe a crit on something, but he still going very, very low. But Zom also low. We could have a double kill here. Zom in the top left from SK is going to go down. And it is, even though it's a 2-on-2 situation, there's a possibility of killing Inflame. But it will be very, very hard without that rogue.
Inflame's pet is going to die right here. The next amount of damage. Okay, the pet's dead, but they realize that it's not going to happen. And SK leaves the arena.
And that one's going to go then to the team of Nihilum, and they're going to start the second best of 5, 1-0. And even though SK were in the driving seat, they seem, you know, to be giving it away. But I mean, it almost looked like they could have had a cross kill if they just managed to keep Zom up that little bit longer. And you know, there was almost a double kill. We saw Inflame go low from Nihilum, but also Zom trying to chase Inflame to do that damage, had the Warrior on the back of him, and he took too much damage, and it was both healers almost unable to heal.
One of the reckless things Care Koala did, which almost cost them the game, is he didn't innervate himself until he was at 1 mana. Like, I was looking at him without any buffs on him, because he got pre-dispelled a lot. Not sure if he was trying to position himself out of line of sight from O'Reilly when he was going to use that innervate, but he just got behind on healing on Inflamed, knew he had to spend all of his time and globals and mana on keeping him up.